My name is Sensei Mason, and I am an instructor at Amerikick Lenexa. So the reason I got into martial arts in the first place was because I actually struggled with confidence as a kid. And I was one of the kids that grew up doing a ton of different sports, but I actually never clicked with any of them because I couldn't get any good connection with the other kids. It was kind of a last-minute resort for my parents to throw me into martial arts. And I ended up seeing a demonstration at my school one day, and it was the coolest thing I've ever seen. That's kind of how I got into it. That's how I got started. It was an immediate great fit. I've been doing it since I was 5 years old. Some of my biggest accomplishments as a martial artist, I've had tons and tons of world titles and been to multiple world championships across all of the different continents. I've actually been to every continent multiple times except for Antarctica. So yeah, I've been all over the world. I still compete. And that's one of the things that I really enjoy doing is going out and competing at the highest level possible. You know, I started, of course, at small local tournaments and worked my way up to the national events, and now I do world competitions every month, sometimes twice a month, where I'm gone for crazy amounts of time just competing against the best people in the world, and it's an absolute blast. I would say the greatest thing that I've been able to do with my martial arts career is just be able to travel and see tons of different countries and compete against all different types of people at the absolute highest level. So the reason I actually started teaching at Amerikick was during COVID. I was kind of brought on as like a last resort sensei, which is kind of interesting. I know a lot of people just are brought up through the system. I actually was not. I'm from Colorado originally. I started teaching the classes online because that's all that we could do. And so it was a really eye-opening experience being able to start my career that way in teaching martial arts, especially at Amerikick. I actually got used to teaching those kids online for, I don't even know how long. It was probably almost a year I was teaching on just solely online from my basement in Colorado, which was really cool. And then of course, once the pandemic was over, my boss told me that we were gonna be opening up a new school and that he wanted me to come teach in person. And I love teaching it online. So I knew that if I could do that, I could definitely do it in person. And so I decided to move here and open up a school in Lenexa, and I've been at it ever since. It's been absolutely amazing. So the biggest thing that I want my students to take away from my classes, I want them to have an overall positive experience no matter what. No matter what we're doing in class, I want them to have an absolute blast because I think that that's the best way that kids can learn is by having fun. I really think that I do a good job at keeping up the energy, and you know, the kids are absolutely loving all of my classes. So I think the biggest thing is I want them to be able to leave the class feeling like they did something fun and that they can go home and show their parents something really cool and make the parents happy as well.